Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So Power Symphonic, and I've got a latest haul for you. I've got a stack of CDs here. I think there's like 8, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 CDs, which is cool. And I got some stickers and whatnot, so I've got some cool stuff to show you. The first thing that I am actually getting to show you is these were gifts off my good friend Martin and Nikki, my good friends. Absolutely awesome, been there for me, done so much for me. Two of my good friends, always helped him when I needed it, and listened, and actually when I've had problems like with mental health and some other things, and like my sleeping and whatnot, they've been there and have literally helped me. And when I broke my wrist, I went to theirs because I fractured it in 2 places. As I said in one of my previous videos so many years ago, I stayed at theirs and they looked after me and helped me, and they'll always be a big part of my life, and I love the both of them. They're absolutely awesome. So yeah, I never really expect nothing for like when it comes to birthday, because they sent me some CDs. I don't expect much because I'm happy with just like happy birthday dude. I'm more than happy with that, just a message. Or I don't really expect nothing, even, I'm just happy with a message or something. But they sent me some CDs across, which is cool, and some cool stuff. So I'm actually going to be showing you. So the first thing I'll show you, they sent me some stickers across. So 3 stickers, because he said he had a bunch of free stickers from Metcare, if I pronounce it. I've literally just seen these at Bloodstock Open Air, and Amy, one of my good friends, she's obviously the bass player of the band, and also she's a bass player of the prog power metal band from my neck of the woods, Birmingham, the Kisses, and also runs Power Metal Quest Fest. Absolutely awesome friends. So yeah, very happy about them stickers. The cool thing is, one of them will probably go on, I don't know if it's going to go on a laptop or one of my things, and then the other 2 are just going to go in my folder, and it will go into my collection of memorabilia, because I've got a folder full of stickers, posters, and I've got God knows what off bands. This next one will go in there because there's only one, so it won't be stuck on something. But yeah, they're from Jester's Tears, so I need to actually dip more into that band and get their stuff physical and stuff. So that is well awesome. And then the 4 CDs, which I thought was well cool. So we have Therion. They are a Swedish symphonic metal band. Those were founded in 1987. This is their 15th studio album that was released way back in 2012. I know their earlier stuff was death metal, and then they dropped the death metal and went more symphonic, which I don't mind the earlier stuff. The earlier stuff of Therion I don't have. Some that's the stuff I'm missing, is probably some of their earlier stuff, purely because they're like the death metal and before they swap their sound. And then there's a couple of albums in between which I am missing to add to my collection, but these are cool. So this is a 15 studio album, so he sent me 2 copies of, now this is French, so I'm probably going to butcher it, Les Fleurs du Mal. Is that pronounced right? But as you can see, standard edition and the digipack edition, and he knows me well. My friend and Martin and Nikki, my friends, they know me too well that I collect various editions and that sort of stuff. So that is awesome. And as you can see, that one's signed, and this one is signed, which is awesome. I do love signed stuff, but as I've said to friends in the past, when it comes to signed, I usually try and find the album again non-signed. So the signed one, because I've got them little plastic things that I stick the CDs in, so anything that's signed, it goes in then, and it gets sealed, so it doesn't, scratch the signature or something like that. So they go in them, which I know some bands in the previous have actually signed the cover, and once you stick it in that, I remember the one band that tried to take it out the thing and it had rubbed off, which was a shame. But that's why I like when they do the inside of the book or something like that. So this is awesome to get the both different versions. I was looking into getting these because I know I'm missing a couple. I think there's like less than 5 now of Therion, and then I'll have their entire full catalogue. But yeah, I thought I need to get them in my collection. Had them in a basket on eBay ready to get. I thought when I get available funds, now I don't need to get them, which is awesome. So thank you so much. Fully appreciate these. I am going to play the hell out of them. I have listened to the album should I say. I have listened to it before digitally quite a few times. I don't even know why I didn't buy it on release date. I cannot remember why I didn't get it. I don't know if, because back then I probably didn't pre-order stuff off Amazon, or I didn't have the means or something like that, but I'm happy to get them in my collection. Then we have Symphony of Rage from the singer-songwriter Anna Chiara. She's the ex-vocalist of the symphonic metal band Imperial Age. So she left Imperial Age. I can't remember the whole backstory of why she, left the band. I don't know all that story because I didn't really get into it. And you know, but I know personal reasons she left the band. But she founded a solo project in 2020. And this is it. I believe this is her 3rd release, so there's 2 more that I must look out for. And I know she's got something else pre-ordered that's available for pre-order. I think it's a vinyl, so I must pre-order that, and I must add that one to my collection. So that one's awesome. And then we have a Rick Wakeman CD. Now I do have this on vinyl because I found this one at work, so it's in my it's on one of my videos because I found a stack of vinyl at work and this was in there. I thought I'm definitely adding that to my collection. It wasn't in the best of condition and it wasn't in the poorest condition. It was middle of the road, so it was average, which I thought it's cool to find, and I've added it to my collection with the CD. I'm happy now I've got the CD in my collection, so another one, so thank you. I forgot that it was recorded in concert at the Royal Festival Hall, London, on Friday, January the 18th, 1974, with the London Symphony Orchestra and the English Chamber Choir, conducted by David Measham, production narrated by David Hemmings. That's cool. Somebody asked me why there's only 2 songs on the album, why is there only 2 tracks? And I said because one of them is on 21 minutes and the other one is 18 minutes. And with prog rock and prog metal, some bands, you'll get the progressive bands that will do like the whole album, and it's one song spread over like 8 songs, so it's just a minute and something each, or like 2 minutes or something. And some bands say like Dream Theater, when they release stuff like Octavarium, A View from the Top of the World. And there's one band, I'm trying to think of the name of the band, but I've got one band off the top of my head. I can't think about it off the top of my head. I'm trying to think, but no, I don't think I'll be able to get it. But they've got 2 songs on the album. One track is on 4 minutes and something, and the other song is like 30 something minutes, which when a band does like that, I love it. Like Man of War, Achilles, Ecstasy and Heal, I believe that's what it's called. That's nearly on for 30 minutes, which I love. Epic masterpieces. Stradivarius Destiny is probably one of my all-time favourite power metal, is my all-time favourite power metal song, and probably one of my all-time favourite long songs. Then you've got Dream Theater, Octavarium, which my favourite Dream Theater is Illumination Theory, which that song is a masterpiece. The album's absolutely fantastic, but that one is Rick Wakeman. So this CD I pre-ordered off Amazon. Amazon actually tricked me because it said it was limited edition and it features bonus tracks, and I was like, oh cool, so it features bonus. Now I already have this in my collection. I have the Digipack edition where you get a live CD with 3 songs from, I believe the songs were from the name's just literally gone straight to me, Woodstock. I think it's the one in Poland or something, because there's one in the European, I think it's Poland or Bulgaria, something like that. Now I've already got this one in my collection, so this one is probably going to be gifted to a friend, or if I send some friends that I know, Christmas gift or birthday gift, I'll just include this in there, get them other stuff but include it as well so I can add it to the collection. The 3 bonus tracks I've already got in that Digipack, so I thought it, and from the description it was saying that it's 3 tracks unreleased and all that. Didn't realise, I wouldn't have pre-ordered it, but this is Dragon Force, Reaching into Infinity. UK power metal band. I've actually seen this band 5 times, I believe it's 5 times, because I've seen them on the, I'm trying to think which tours now. And I've seen him on this tour 3 times because I seen him in Manchester, and then the next day, I believe it was Manchester, had a day off. Then I seen him in Birmingham, and then a day after that, we travelled straight to Cardiff and watched him again. 3 shows. It was insane. We could have gone, I was with an ex-partner at the time, and we could have gone to the London show, but we didn't go purely because we said funds and all that stuff. And the next day when we woke up, we were like, actually, maybe we could have got in a car and just drove, but free. That was when that was when all the prices wasn't going up and I had funds and all that. So I actually went to loads of shows, and now with everything going up, I'm having to be more selective. And, you know, it's every now and again I'll do a band where I'll do several shows, but it's very rare now because prices and me living on my own and all that sort of malarkey. But that is going to be gifted to a friend. But this album's absolutely fantastic. There's so many good songs on this album, but The Edge of the World, which is their longest song, and it actually features some extreme metal growls, which is cool. But that's my favourite track off this album because I do love, you know, long songs. But then there's a song on here, Midnight Madness, which is incredible. They've never played it live, so I really hope they get to play that live soon. When I was on this tour, they only played 4 off this album, and a few people were like, why 4 songs? Purely because they played At the Edge of the World, which is like, I think it's over 10 minutes or something like that, which is cool. So then this next band I know virtually nothing about other than their name, and I was actually sent this. So my good friend Emmanuel Forston from the band Chrysalid hit me up and said, hey dude, one of my friends is releasing a debut studio album. Would you be able to get their album on your YouTube channel? They are a progressive metal band, and they're not sure where in the UK, so they're from the UK and they're releasing a debut album. And I said, yeah, I'd gladly, happily get their album on my YouTube channel. I said, if you want to send me a copy of the album, I'd gladly get it on my YouTube channel. Now, I'd happily pay for the album, because I'm not one, you know, saying, give me free CDs, because, you know, it's not in me. But I'd happily pay if that's what they want. And, you know, but they sent it me, which was cool. And the band is Illusia, and this is Mind Over Matter. So I actually received a letter with it, which was awesome. And the handwriting, because certain handwriting is, you know, I'm a struggle with the handwriting, but this is going to be kept in the folder with all my memorabilia, letters I've had off band, stickers and all that sort of stuff. It says, Dear John, thank you so much for reviewing the debut album from my band Illusia. Hope you've enjoyed listening to our music. Keep up the great work. I think it says great work on your channel. Wishing you all the best and keep on rocking. Jordan, is it Jordan Tyler? I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm not good with certain handwriting, but that was awesome. It took me back a bit when I seen that thing and was like, oh my god, that's absolutely cool. And as I've said, I'd gladly get them. I've had it before where I said to bands, I'd gladly get you on my YouTube channel. I was on Instagram and there was a band on there, and their stuff came up in, you know, the newsfeed thing, and it was a short video and I thought it was incredible. I messaged them, mentioned about my YouTube channel and all that sort of stuff. I said, is there any chance I could get a copy of the album and I'll happily review it on my YouTube channel? And I said I'd happily pay for it. And then I had a reply back which I wasn't expecting, and they said, look, we hate people like you that are just trying to fish for free CDs and all that sort of stuff. Which was like, whoa, I've actually said I'd happily pay for it, and I wanted to get you on my YouTube channel. And I don't know if it was a singer, the drummer, or whatever the member of the band. From that message, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to dip more into that band, and you know what, stick your band up your arse, in a polite way. Didn't say them exact words, but I felt like saying stick it up your arse, because I thought I was trying to help an up and coming band and support you and get you shown. But I thought, knickers to you. That's an expression I say, which loads of people laugh. If you're from the UK, you'd understand, because I think it's US, they say underwear, or is it pants or something like, or not sure what they say, but I know they say something different, but I just say knickers to you. But yeah, that was awesome getting that, and I was like grateful, happily going to get that on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to listen to the album first because it is open, so I'll be giving it a proper review. But when he said they were progressive metal, and a couple of people have said, yeah, they are progressive, you know, and I was like, I don't care, even if it was metalcore. Don't listen to metalcore that much, or deathcore, which is not really my thing. I still get the album on my YouTube channel. I'll give it a review and I'll give an honest opinion and all that sort of stuff. I'll be as honest as I can and give it a listen, because I'd happily, regardless of the genre. But obviously mainly rock / metal. But if there's other genres, because I do like some stuff like classical, opera, panpipes, and I do like David Bowie, David Essex, and some of the like 80s pop and all that sort of stuff. So I'm glad to get some of that on my YouTube channel, but the majority of it is rock / metal, because as you know, I'm an immensely huge power metal fan. So this next one is a Japanese. I've always got the thing with the genre, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Is it Kiwi or Kiwi metal or something like that? But this one is, you obviously know the band. It's Baby Metal, formed in 2010, and this is their 5th studio album. So I came up for pre-order and I was like, didn't even know this was out. Because when I look on newsfeed, all my newsfeed now seems to be coming up with stupid adverts and stuff, and I barely get things showing up of bands when they're releasing stuff. So I'm having to kind of rely on looking through Amazon at all the new pre-orders. But yeah, this was there and I thought I'm pre-ordering that, and I cannot wait to get into it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to listen to any songs before the album. There's probably stuff being released, or I'm just going to go fully blind. But yeah, I absolutely cannot wait for that. So this next one is the 8th studio album by the Alice Cooper Band, because I know we've done like 7 albums and then it was just Alice Cooper, but I know we did a load with the Alice Cooper Band. But this one is after 50 years, a new album by the original Alice Cooper group, which is awesome. So The Revenge of Alice Cooper. So it's a brand new album, and I've seen that and I thought I'm pre-ordering that because Alice Cooper's absolutely awesome. His very earlier albums, the earliest stuff like Dada, Zipper, Catchy Skin or something like that, and some of the early stuff, I've actually got like 15 of them on cassette, because I was in a car boot up in Wales and the one guy was selling them and he said 50p the lot, and I snapped up the entire lot. So I've got loads on cassette. I've got several on CD, but I know I need to get the rest of Alice Cooper's. I need to look some more of his stuff and add them to my collection. Never seen him live, strangely. Would love to. So I know I believe he's like 77 or something. So I need to catch him soon and hopefully get to see him live at some point. Then we have some Italian symphonic power metal, and the album is Behind a Vision, and they were formed in 2016, and this is their 3rd studio album from the band Eternal Idol. Now I've actually done some of their stuff on my YouTube channel, so if you want to check through, I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 albums I've unboxed on my YouTube channel, so I'm going to have to go on my Discogs after and check to see if I've got all 3 studio albums or am I missing an album. I absolutely cannot remember, so I'm going to be checking to see which ones I'm missing and all that sort of stuff, and I will be unboxing that and adding it to my YouTube channel, so go there, check them out. They're absolutely awesome band. So we have one more CD to show you, and this one I actually found at work. I thought it was a studio album until I fully looked, because I've seen it, and I was like, I'm having that, and it's brand new, and I can't believe somebody took it out. Released in 2018, and it just says Fleetwood Mac celebrating 50 years / Don't Stop. So is it the album called Don't Stop? But I don't know if it's a single disc or 2 disc, because it doesn't say. There's just 18 songs on there. So going off from that, it says single disc, but maybe 2 discs or something. I'm not sure, but I believe that's just the greatest hits, because it just, some of them it says like single version. So yeah, I believe that's the greatest hits. Now I've got like several Fleetwood Mac best ofs, so I'm gonna actually check, because I've actually with some best ofs, because like 7 of them, I've got them in, they're just the same album, just in different order, the track listing, and some of them I'm thinking to myself, is there actually a point in keeping them? But certain bands like say Ozzy, Dio, Hammerfall and that sort of stuff, I'd keep every one of them, Iron Maiden and everything. But certain bands that I love or I like, not in my top whatever, I'm gonna be, and probably because, you know, having all that room, I'm gonna have to figure out, do I really want to have it in my collection or not? So that one I'm not sure, but I'm gonna unbox it anyway and get up my YouTube channel, and then I'll listen to it and decide whether I want to and keep it, and I'll check the other versions just to see if it's basically the same in a different order or something like that, I'll probably no point, and then I'll just gift it to one of my friends. Or I know a friend who likes this band, my good friend Martin, and I know a couple of other people, so I can always chat to people to figure out. And the good thing about my friend Martin, when he actually, I've sent him stuff, photos, and said, do you want me to add this to your pile and that sort of stuff, he's been absolutely honest with me a couple of times and said, I've already got that in my collection. Thanks anyway, dude. Pass it on to somebody that you know would enjoy it, which I think is cool, because I know I've had a couple of people in the past, I'll have that, even though I know they've got the album how many times. They're like, I'll take it, because I know some people will be like, I'll have it all. Like the guy I used to flat share with, I know he'd take a lot of stuff, and I know it's not because I want to add it to the collection. I'll have that, because I know they just want to stick it on eBay and make a bit of money. I'd rather it go to somebody in their collection that will actually think, yeah, I'll add that to my collection and I'll listen to it. So yeah, something like that. But yeah, this has been my latest haul. So I've had quite a few things there. So I hope you all enjoyed this video on my latest haul, and I'll catch you in the next one. Quite a few stuff there to be on part of my YouTube channel. So if you're new to this channel, if you would like to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, all of that sort of awesome stuff, because as I said, many unboxing videos I do show off my latest haul, I do gig reviews. I've just posted a few YouTube shorts on my YouTube channel from the Bloodstock 2025, and I've got some more that are going to be posted up. One of them has came up with copyright because of the music, which I was like, great, I haven't got a copyright on my channel, but it's saying about the music, which was like, I'm just promoting bands and supporting them, and I'm not making no money or anything, I'm just a fan. So it was a bit of a shame, but I understand with bands, with copyright and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this latest haul, and I'll catch you in the next video. Power Symphonic saying have yourself a good weekend, and catch you later. So see you later.